Hey guys, I just want to share with you some info on how to update your digital portfolio. That's what you're going to be working on over the next 2 days, plus your Google transfer of your all of your Google Drive documents into your personal Google account. So first part is your portfolio. So in Google Classroom, you're going to see this template, which is an 8th grade language arts digital portfolio template for 2020. You're also going to see in that assignment your portfolios from last year. They should be assigned in there. You're going to copy these 5 slides that I'm about to go over and put them into your current portfolio. So your portfolio from last year is going to continue on for 8th grade, and it's just going to have 5 or more slides added onto it. So just at the end where you left off last year, you're going to plop in this title slide and update it for this year. Don't delete anything from last year. All of your documents and hard work that you want to show off should stay in there. This is a portfolio, which means it's a collection of your work over the past 2 years in ELA. Okay, so once you have opened up your 7th grade template and you have added these slides in there, this is what you're going to do. You can, of course, be creative and change the background. You're not leaving it plain white like this. This is just a template. So design it, have a color scheme, have some cool pictures, whatever you'd like. Just make sure it's legible and we can see your name and your information that you're typing in each one. You can also use fun transitions, quotes, or anything else that you guys have access to, all those tricks that you young kids know about, that you want to add in that reflect who you are. Okay, then in the next slide, you're going to update all of your new assignments from this year. So you should leave this list exactly as it is and just go in and insert the link to your assignment. Now, look at my example here. When you add your link next to the assignment name, you should make sure that you title the link the title of your piece. So for example, here I have my book talk, my Vitali Summer Reading Book Talk from 2019, and my actual book talk was named Finding Your Voice. So in my portfolio, I put Finding Your Voice as the title of my link and then the year. So that's what you should do for each one. Whatever the title of your memoir would be the name of your link. For self-portrait, you can make a name for it if you'd like, or just put your name, self-portrait. So for example, Vitali self-portrait would be the name of that link. Otherwise, most of these should all have titles. If they don't, just put the title of the book it was based on, or make up a title for it now, or just put your name and the name of the assignment. So you have your memoir, your self-portrait, your book club presentation that you did with your book club back in the fall, your infographic that you did with your research group, your timed writing, the research simulation tasks. We did 2 of them this year, one earlier on and then one later on. Those were those timed tests where you had to watch a video, read an article. I think it was read 2 articles and watch a video, something like that. And you had to explain what you learned and compare them. Usually we tell you that it's for the teachers to be tested to see the progress that you make. Plus it's also NJSLA practice. So that's what timed writing is. So look for those. Then your annotated bibliography, which you did with your research group also. Your writer's choice journal that you've been working on from home. Obviously they're not done, but just plug in the link because it's a really cool thing to share, to look back on, because you wrote some nice pieces or started some nice pieces that you could use later to turn into something else for maybe a future assignment next year in high school. Your letter to your future grandchild, which you wrote not long ago. Your Mother's Day poem, your spoken word poem, which should be finished, so the link can go in here. Even if it's not finished, the link can still go in this slide, and then it'll just update it as you go. So it's fine. Your graduation speech, your pick your own project if you did one. If you didn't do one and you just use that as catch-up day, just take this out. Your book talk flip grid, those are due Friday, so you might not have it completely finished. But once you do finish it, remember to plop it in here. If we see that you didn't, then we'll just send you a comment when we grade these. And then anything else that you're proud of that you would like to share and put in your portfolio. So an article you wrote for the school newspaper, or maybe a great essay you wrote for social studies or science, or some other cool project that you made that you have a photo of that you'd like to plop in here. Think of it as a portfolio for all of your best work that you've done this year and what you would like to carry on with you and look back on in the future. After you've done this slide, this one's going to take some time, so make sure you set aside some time for you to plug all those links in. After that, you're going to move on to the books that you read this year. So you're going to do two things on the slide. You're going to put a numbered list of all the books that you've read with the title and the author. Remember to use capitalization properly. And then, make sure you put them in the order that you like them to. That's kind of fun. Just kind of rank them in the books that stood out to you most that you liked, and then go down from there. Then also put images. So plop in the images of the book covers so that we can get a nice glance at what you read, at the variety of your reading from this year. If you need to use multiple slides for this, if you want to be fancy and creative, feel free. Just make sure that we can see everything clearly and that you proofread what you typed. Okay, moving on. Then your goal. On your goal slide, you're going to add a photo of yourself. Has to be a photo from this year. So any photo that you're in that someone took of you, or if you just want to take a selfie and plop it in, that's fine too, but it has to be a recent photo of yourself. So from some point during your 8th grade year. And then an important goal that you have for the future, something that you want to work on in your future. Maybe it's a short-term goal, maybe it's a long-term goal, whatever it is that is in your mind right now that you would like to try to reach for, plop it in here. Okay, then you have your grading checklist. This is important because as you guys know, because we've trained you very well to look over your rubrics and to make sure you can check off all the boxes, that you've got everything in here. This is a great way to end it so that you feel confident that you're good to go. So shows effort, creativity, and originality. Layout is planned effectively. Uses images, transitions, and other digital effects. These are great. You guys are all very creative, and I'm sure you're going to do fantastic things. Just be careful, like I said, of making sure we can still see what you've typed and what information we're looking for, that we could still see it clearly. Make sure you proofread. Make sure you have everything that the directions ask you for. Make sure that, this is important, guys, make sure that the sharing setting is set to anyone with link can view. And double check that your documents that you're adding in that first slide are in MLA format. Okay, so that's part 1 of Monday and Tuesday. Take as much time as you need over the next 2 days to work on this. It's due Tuesday afternoon. If you're having any trouble or need any help with anything, of course, reach out to us and let us know. We can help you with anything that you need, or set up a quick Google Meet to help you through it. Okay, I'm going to post another video in a minute that's going to show you how to do the Google transfer. This video is not going to have my voice in it. It's just a professionally made video. It's really easy. The video, you really only need the first 5-6 minutes of it, but basically you're just going to be transferring all of your email and all of your emails and all of your Google Drive documents into your personal Google account. It looks really cool. The only thing is it takes a couple of days. So I'm going to also post a spreadsheet with a checklist, a checkbox, so that once yours is complete, you can check it off, and that way we know that you've checked it and that it's done. And if it isn't done and we need to figure out some other way for you to back up your Google Docs, then we'll do that. It's important that you take everything with you. There's only so much you can put in your portfolio. There's more that you're going to want to look back on or reference in the future. So that's an important thing for you to do. Also, in that spreadsheet that I'm going to post is a spot for you to put your email that you transferred everything to. That way, we also have a little way of keeping in touch with you next year if we ever want to check in with you or ask you for maybe a document of yours that we can't find that we want to use as an example or something like that. So that will also be in there, and that will be due at the end of the week because the transfer might take a couple of days to show up. So make sure that you complete that later in the week once you've double checked that the transfer went through. All right, guys. So if you need us, we're here, and we'll see you soon for your poetry slam as well. Looking forward to that. Sad that it's our last week, but we've had a great, fantastic year together, and we miss you terribly, but we've enjoyed all of the time that we've gotten to spend with you both in person and virtually. So thank you for being awesome. Keep up the great work this week, and then you're home free. You're almost there. It's going to be a great summer. All right, guys. See you later.